Oh, you thought Chrissy and Jim were finally solid after all these years? Oh no, baby. Think again, because what just hit the internet? Oh, it's about to blow the roof off the entire love and hip-hop franchise. And trust me, you're not ready for this one. Chrissy Lampkin has been caught red-handed, and not just with anybody. Word on the street is that Chrissy was spotted getting real close with another man behind Jim Jones' back. And the receipts? Oh honey, they are crystal clear. We're talking screenshots, leaked messages, and even a video. Let me tell you, Jim is absolutely livid right now. And let's not forget, Chrissy and Jim have been together for over 16 years. They've survived cheating rumors, financial problems, and even that messy proposal drama. But this? Oh, this is different because the man Chrissy was seen with isn't just some side dude. He's someone very close to Jim. And when Jim found out, oh baby, the fallout was nuclear. Stay tuned because the scandal that's about to unfold is bigger than anything we've seen from love and hip-hop in years. And when you hear who Chrissy was caught with, oh honey, you're going to need to sit down for this one. Alright, let's break this down from the beginning because the way the scandal started, oh, it's deeper than you think. Chrissy and Jim have been together for over 16 years. If you've been following their relationship, you already know they've had their fair share of drama. But the one thing that's always defined their relationship? That infamous proposal. Let's not forget, Chrissy was the one who proposed to Jim on national television. And Jim? Oh, he said yes. But then, years passed, and he never followed through with a wedding. Chrissy waited, defended him, and stayed loyal. But deep down, that resentment never disappeared. And Jim hasn't exactly been a model boyfriend either. Let's be real, Jim has been caught up in cheating rumors for years. Late-night business meetings with Instagram models, sketchy female friends hanging around the studio. Jim has been messy since day one. But through all of it, Chrissy stayed. That's why when this cheating scandal hit the blogs, oh, people were shocked. For once, it wasn't Jim doing the creeping. According to multiple sources, Chrissy's affair started months ago. It began with a few innocent meetings, or so people thought. Chrissy was spotted at a luxury hotel in Miami without Jim. And while that raised a few eyebrows, most people assumed it was just a casual trip. But then, the pictures started leaking. Chrissy was spotted poolside with a man, not just sitting next to him. Oh no, they were laughing, drinking, and looking a little too comfortable. Then came the bombshell. Chrissy and this man were seen disappearing into a private cabana. And it didn't stop there because shortly after the pictures leaked, someone got their hands on Chrissy's private DMs. And when I tell you these messages were explosive, oh honey, you have no idea. Flirty texts, heart emojis, I miss you messages, and even a few explicit photos that left nothing to the imagination. And the language Chrissy was using? Oh, she was fully invested in this relationship. But here's where it gets crazy. The man Chrissy was allegedly involved with? Oh honey, he's not just some random side piece. The man Chrissy was caught with is reportedly Freddie G, one of Jim's business partners and one of his closest friends. Yeah, you heard that right. Freddie isn't just some industry dude. He's been in Jim's circle for years. He's been at family events, on business trips, and he's even invested in some of Jim's real estate deals. And now, oh honey, he's been creeping with Chrissy behind Jim's back. When Jim found out, it got ugly. According to insiders, Jim was sitting at home when someone from his circle sent him the screenshots of Chrissy and Freddie. When Jim saw the pictures and the messages, he immediately got on a plane and flew to Miami to confront Chrissy face to face. Yes, Jim got on a plane, showed up at the hotel Chrissy was staying at, and banged on the door until Chrissy opened it. Now, let's just pause for a second, because this is where things go from messy to full-on reality TV drama. Jim has been caught cheating multiple times, and Chrissy always forgave him. But now that Chrissy got caught, oh, Jim was ready to burn the whole relationship down. According to sources, when Chrissy opened the door, she wasn't alone. Oh no, Freddie was standing right next to her, shirt half open, looking completely unbothered. And Jim? Oh honey, Jim snapped. Jim allegedly lunged at Freddie, and security had to step in to break it up. Jim was screaming, "You're dead to me," while Freddie just stood there with a smirk on his face. But here's the part that really shook people. Chrissy didn't even deny it. In fact, when Jim screamed, "How could you do this to me?" Chrissy just stood there with her arms crossed and said, "You did it to me for years. Now you know how it feels." Phew. Let that sink in. Chrissy basically admitted that this was revenge for Jim's past behavior. And Jim, oh honey, he was not ready for that kind of honesty. Security eventually separated them, and Jim was dragged out of the hotel kicking and screaming. But the fallout from this scandal? Oh baby, it was just getting started. The very next day, the pictures hit the blogs, and the internet went wild. Twitter exploded. Chrissy really pulled a Jim on Jim. The karma is poetic. Jim has been cheating for years, and Chrissy finally got her lick back. Poetic justice, Chrissy said. If you can't beat him, join him. And it wasn't just the fans talking. Even celebrities started chiming in. One Love and hip-hop cast member posted under a blog post about the scandal, saying, "See, this is why you don't play with a woman's heart. Karma always comes back." But here's where it gets even messier. Apparently, Freddie isn't just involved with Chrissy romantically. According to insiders, Freddie also has financial ties to Jim. Freddie reportedly invested over $2 million in Jim's real estate business. So, if Jim tries to cut him out, oh honey, this might turn into a full-blown legal war. And the part that's really going to blow this story up? Oh honey, there's a video. Yeah, someone from the Love and hip-hop cast allegedly recorded Chrissy and Freddie at a private party. From what I'm hearing, oh, this video is bad. Chrissy is seen sitting on Freddie's lap, feeding him drinks, even kissing him, while Jim is in the background looking clueless. To recap, Chrissy caught creeping with Jim's business partner. Jim flies to Miami and confronts them face-to-face. Chrissy admits it's revenge for Jim's past cheating. Business ties could make this a financial nightmare for Jim. And a video is about to leak that could ruin Jim's reputation forever. And the crazy part? This is just the beginning. Stay tuned because when I tell you this story is about to get worse. Oh honey, you have no idea. Jim Jones loses it over Chrissy's betrayal with business partner Freddie G. Jim Jones is in shock after finding out about Chrissy's betrayal with his business partner, Freddie G. And this isn't just a rumor, there are receipts. Pictures show Chrissy sitting on Freddie's lap, laughing and feeding him drinks. The way Freddie's arm was wrapped around her waist made it clear this wasn't some friendly hangout. And the DMs? Oh, honey. The screenshots spread faster than Jim's mixtapes. Chrissy was out here confessing how safe she felt with Freddie and how he understood her, in ways Jim never did. The timing made it all worse because this was happening while Jim was on tour, working hard to support Chrissy's lifestyle. Jim was grinding, putting in work, while Chrissy was out in Miami cozying up to his business partner. When fans found out, they were ruthless. Chrissy was out here playing chess while Jim was playing checkers. Jim deserves this. He's been embarrassing Chrissy for years. Karma finally caught up. But here's where it gets messier. This isn't just about betrayal. It's business. Freddie isn't just Jim's business partner. He's a major investor in Jim's real estate empire. 2 years ago, Jim and Freddie teamed up to launch a high-end real estate business in Atlanta, dealing with multi-million-dollar properties. Freddie invested nearly $2 million of his own money. Everything was fine when they were boys, but now that Freddie's been exposed as Chrissy's side piece, that business arrangement is on shaky ground. Sources say Jim immediately contacted his lawyer after the scandal broke, trying to cut Freddie out of the business. Jim isn't just heartbroken, he's ready to hit Freddie where it hurts, the wallet. But there's a problem. Legally, Freddie is entitled to a share of the profits. He has proof of his financial investment, and Jim can't just walk away from the deal. Freddie's not backing down either. Insiders say he has his own team of lawyers ready to sue if Jim tries to cut him out. And Freddie isn't just after his investment. He's aiming for a share of all of Jim's real estate earnings. Oh, but it gets worse. Freddie has leverage. He's allegedly sitting on text messages and emails from Jim that could expose some shady business dealings. We're talking under-the-table payments, missing permits, and maybe even some illegal subcontracting. If Freddie decides to leak that information, Jim could be looking at more than just business loss. A full-blown legal investigation could be on the way. But the real bombshell? A video. Sources say Mendes has a video of Chrissy and Freddie at that infamous Miami party. The footage shows Chrissy sitting on Freddie's lap, Freddie whispering in her ear, and even a kiss, caught in 4K. Jim is allegedly seen in the background, looking completely clueless while Chrissy and Freddie are all over each other. To make it worse, Freddie is reportedly wearing an SJA chain Jim gifted him. The disrespect. And why hasn't this video leaked yet? Because Mendes is playing the long game. Allegedly, he's in talks with Love and hip-hop producers who are trying to capture this drama for a confession-style episode. Imagine Jim, Chrissy, and Freddie sitting down for a face-to-face confrontation on TV. The ratings would be insane. But guess who's refusing to participate? Chrissy. She's allegedly telling producers she's done with the drama and won't air her relationship issues on TV. Girl, You've been on Love and Hip Hop for over a decade. We know you're not above the drama. A decade ago, you didn't want the drama, but Jim is considering it now. Apparently, Jim told producers that he's willing to sit down and share his side of the story, but only if Freddie agrees to do it too. And Freddie? Oh, honey, he's not scared. According to insiders, Freddie told the producers, "I have nothing to hide." Oh, really, Freddie? Because last time I checked, you were creeping with your boy's girl behind his back. But the part that's going to make this situation even worse is the money. If Freddie files that lawsuit and if Chrissy files for financial support, Jim could be looking at losing half of his net worth. Chrissy's lawyer is reportedly arguing that since they've been together for over 16 years and Chrissy has been the face of Jim's brand, she's entitled to a cut of his assets. And if Chrissy wins that case, oh honey, Jim might lose everything. So now the question is, does Jim play dirty and try to cut Chrissy and Freddie off completely, or does he try to salvage his business and take the L? But here's the real kicker. This might not even be the worst of it. Word on the street is that Freddie isn't the only man Chrissy has been involved with. Yeah, apparently there's another man. And who's sitting on that information? Mendices. Oh honey, when I tell you this story is far from over, I mean it. Because if that second man gets exposed, it's not just Jim and Chrissy's relationship that's going to crumble. The entire Love and Hip Hop franchise might go down with it. Stay tuned because when that video drops, oh honey, the internet is going to break. If you thought things couldn't spiral out of control any more than they already have, buckle up, because part 3 is where it all hits the fan. Jim thought confronting Chrissy and Freddie at that Miami hotel was the worst of it. Oh no, baby, that was just the beginning. After that night, the fallout was instant, brutal, and completely public. The internet, the blogs, and the entire Love and Hip Hop universe have been set on fire. It looks like Jim, Chrissy, and Freddie might not make it out of this one in one piece. So, let's pick up where we left off. After Jim stormed out of that Miami hotel, humiliated and betrayed, word spread like wildfire. By the time Jim's plane touched down back in New York, the headlines were everywhere. Chrissy Lampkin caught with Jim Jones' business partner. Jim Jones humiliated in public meltdown. Freddie G and Chrissy Lampkin affair confirmed. And the pictures, oh honey, they were everywhere. Chrissy sitting on Freddie's lap, Freddie with his arm around her waist, and that very clear shot of them walking out of the hotel hand in hand, like they weren't about to blow up Jim's entire life. At first, Jim tried to handle it quietly. He was angry, no doubt, but he figured he could keep this contained. But once the pictures hit the shade room, oh baby, it was over. And Chrissy? Oh, sis was not even trying to deny it. In fact, according to insiders, Jim confronted Chrissy when he got back to New York, and Chrissy straight up told him, "You did this to yourself." Yeah, Chrissy basically admitted that this was payback for years of Jim's cheating. Let's be real, Jim has not been a saint in this relationship. Chrissy has stood by him through every shady DM, every sketchy business trip, and all those rumors about him creeping with women in the industry. But this time, oh honey, this was different because Chrissy didn't just cheat with some random guy. No, she cheated with Freddie G, Jim's business partner. That's where things got really messy because Jim and Freddie don't just share a business. They share multiple businesses. Freddie isn't just Jim's business partner. He's one of the biggest financial backers behind Jim's real estate empire. We're talking luxury condos, apartment complexes, and million-dollar development deals in Atlanta and Miami. And Freddie, oh honey, he's got the contracts to prove it. So when Jim confronted Freddie after finding out about the affair, Jim didn't just want an apology, he wanted Freddie out of the business. But here's the problem. Freddie isn't going quietly. Allegedly, Freddie told Jim straight up, "You can't cut me out. I own part of this." Yeah, turns out Freddie has legal documents proving that he's entitled to a cut of the profits from Jim's business. So even though Jim wants to cut ties with Freddie completely, oh honey, it's not that easy. And Freddie? He's already lawyering up. Sources close to the situation say that Freddie has hired a high-powered attorney and he's preparing to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Jim for breach of contract and defamation. That's right. Freddie is planning to argue that Jim damaged his professional reputation by publicly accusing him of having an affair with Chrissy. Oh, and it gets worse because Freddie also has leverage. Remember those shady real estate deals I mentioned earlier? Yeah, apparently Freddie has receipts. According to insiders, Freddie has copies of emails and text messages that allegedly show Jim trying to cut corners on some of their real estate projects, permits that mysteriously went missing, under-the-table payments, and maybe even some tax fraud. If Freddie decides to leak that information to the press, oh honey, Jim could be looking at more than just a financial loss. He could be facing criminal charges. And Chrissy? Oh, she's not sitting back quietly either. After Jim found out about the affair, he immediately tried to cut Chrissy off financially. He locked her out of their joint business accounts and allegedly told her to find somewhere else to stay. But Chrissy, oh sis, wasn't about to take that lying down. Chrissy immediately contacted her lawyer, and she's preparing to go after Jim for half of his assets. Yeah, half. See, even though Chrissy and Jim were never officially married, they've been together for over 16 years. And under New York's domestic partnership laws, Chrissy might have a case. Her lawyer plans to argue that since Chrissy has been the face of Jim's brand for years, attending events, doing interviews, and appearing on Love and Hip Hop, she's entitled to a share of the profits from Jim's businesses. And if the court sides with Chrissy, oh honey, Jim might lose everything. Frost Bistro? Gone. The real estate deals? Gone. Even the merch business that Jim built from the ground up? Gone. And here's the kicker. Chrissy isn't even doing this for the money. According to insiders, Chrissy told her lawyer, I don't care about the money. I just want him to feel the pain. And Jim? Oh honey, he's feeling it. Because while Chrissy and Freddie are out here living their best lives, Jim's reputation is getting dragged online. Jim Jones getting played by Chrissy and his own business partner. Embarrassing. Chrissy just flipped the whole game on Jim. He deserves it. Freddie's about to take Jim's money and his girl. Legendary. And the worst part? That video hasn't even leaked yet. Yeah, Mendices is still holding onto that video. Sources say the Love and Hip Hop producers have been begging Mendices to leak it because if that video drops, oh honey, it's going to break the internet. Apparently, the video shows Chrissy and Freddie getting very comfortable at that Miami party. We're talking kissing, grinding, and at one point, Chrissy allegedly whispers something in Freddie's ear. And guess what Freddie was wearing in the video? A chain that Jim bought him. Oh, the level of disrespect. And if the video comes out, oh honey, it's not just Jim's personal life that's going to crumble, it's his career. But here's the wild part. Jim isn't walking away from Chrissy just yet. Apparently, Jim has been blowing up Chrissy's phone, begging her to meet up and talk. And Chrissy? Oh, she's ignoring him. Allegedly, Chrissy told a close friend, he's not sorry for what he did to me. He's just embarrassed that he got played. And the producers? Oh honey, they're already trying to lock down a reunion special. Yeah, they want to get Jim, Chrissy, and Freddie in the same room to talk it out for the cameras. Freddie? Oh, he's down for it. Jim? He's considering it, but only if Chrissy agrees to tell the truth. Chrissy? Oh, sis is playing the long game. Because if Chrissy walks away with half of Jim's empire and secures a storyline on the next season of Love and Hip Hop, oh honey, she's about to have the ultimate revenge story. But the part that really has people gagging? Sources say Chrissy might not even stay with Freddie. Yeah, apparently Chrissy was just using Freddie as a pawn to get back at Jim. And once the dust settles, oh honey, Chrissy might walk away from both of them. So now the question is, does Jim fight to get Chrissy back? Or does he try to cut his losses and walk away with whatever's left of his empire? And Freddie, oh honey, if that video drops, his whole career might be over too. But here's the real tea. What if there's another man involved? Because word on the street is that Chrissy hasn't just been cozying up to Freddie. There's a third guy in the picture. And when that name comes out, oh honey, this scandal is going to reach nuclear levels. Stay tuned because this isn't just drama, this is war. So now the real question is, what happens next? Does Jim try to repair things with Chrissy after this humiliating betrayal? Or is this the final straw? And what about Freddie? Does he really have the power to take Jim's business empire away from him? Or is Jim about to strike back even harder? And let's not forget Chrissy. If she actually takes Jim to court and demands half of his assets, could Jim end up losing everything he's built over the years? And honey, what about that video? Because if Mendices really leaks that footage, Jim's public humiliation is going to reach a whole new level, and it might be too big for him to recover from. And let's not forget the biggest bombshell of all, the rumors about Chrissy seeing someone else behind the scenes. If that turns out to be true, this story isn't just going to end with Jim and Chrissy. It's going to explode through the entire Love and Hip Hop cast. So what do you think? Should Jim try to fix things with Chrissy, or is it time for him to finally walk away for good? Should Chrissy really try to take half of Jim's empire, or is she just playing